Okay. Hello and very good evening, everyone. We start with today's internship meeting. So we have first Kuldeep, yeah, Kuldeep Kumar.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, very good evening.
Sir, I cannot share screen.
Yeah, sorry. Now try again.
Sir, my screen is visible.
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Kuldeep Kumar. I am from Full Stack Web Development Group. And introduction to JavaScript and its core principle. This is my topic for today presentation. So this is content. What is JavaScript? What is uses of JavaScript? How does JavaScript work? How do we add JavaScript to website? And what is the advantages and disadvantages of JavaScript? This These are the topic that I will be covering. So what is JavaScript? JavaScript is the programming language for the web. It is high level and interpreted language that can be used both on the front end and back end of the web development. It is a script language because it uses the browser to do the work. JavaScript tells the browser to what to do and how to process the thing. So what is the uses of JavaScript? We can update and change both HTML and CSS. We can also change the content and style of an element. We can also replace images on web page without page reload. We can also hide show contents. And how does JavaScript work? So JavaScript either embedded directly into web page or references via a separate .js file. Whenever we run a JavaScript program inside a web browser, JavaScript code is received by the browser's engine, and the engine runs the source code to obtain the output. And how do we add JavaScript to website? There are three methods to add JavaScript to a website. First is inline JavaScript. So basically इसमें हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि बॉडी के जो ओपनिंग टैग होता है उसके अंदर हम लोग लिख सकते हैं, जैसे वी कैन प्रिंट अ मैसेज अलर्ट हेलो. सो हम लिखते हैं ऑन लोड इज इक्वल टू अलर्ट हेलो. सो दिस द आउटपुट विल बी अलर्ट मैसेज. एंड सेकेंड इज इंटरनल जावास्क्रिप्ट. सो इसमें हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि या तो हेड टैग में या तो बॉडी टैग में हम लोग स्क्रिप्ट टैग के अंदर लिख सकते हैं. एंड थर्ड मेथड इज एक्सटर्नल जावास्क्रिप्ट. सो इसमें हम लोग एक अलग से index.js फाइल बनाते हैं और उस फाइल को स्क्रिप्ट टैग के अंदर सोर्स कोड में लिखते हैं. एंड व्हाट इज एडवांटेजेस ऑफ जावास्क्रिप्ट? सो the one advantage of JavaScript is it is very simple, because both user and developer will find the structure to be straightforward. It is very doable to implement. And second one is speed. So JavaScript interpreted language, it cuts down on the time needed for the compilation in other programming language like Java. And the third advantage is server load. So data validation can be done within the browser itself rather than being forwarded to the server, because JavaScript client side. The entire website does not need to be reloaded again and again. Only the chosen area of the page is updated by the browser. And this is the disadvantages of JavaScript. So first disadvantage is client side security. So the user can see the JavaScript code. It could be misused by the user. And second disadvantage is inheritance. So JavaScript does not support inheritance. And third is browser support. This is a disadvantage of JavaScript. So depending on the browser, JavaScript is interpreted differently. Therefore, before publication, the codes need to run on various platforms. We also need to check the older browser because some new functions are not supported by them. So this is a project that I have made. So this is BMI calculator. We have to give two inputs. First is weight and second one is height. Let's say weight is 75 kg and height is 175 centimeter. So here the output is 24.9 and we also print a message, you are a healthy weight. So the code is here. First of all, we take two inputs, one for weight and second one is for height. And whenever user click on the submit button, the function calculate BMI will be called. And so here we take two inputs, weight and height, and this is a formula for BMI. Okay, and after your BMI is equal to dash, and we also print a message if BMI is less than 18.5. So we will be printing you are underweight, and if BMI is 18.5, if BMI is between 18.5 and less than 25, then we are printing you are a healthy weight, or otherwise you are overweight. Okay. So conclusion is JavaScript is used with HTML and CSS to add an interactive to website. It is used to create website and application. JavaScript have inbuilt libraries, and using those libraries we can save a lots of time. So these are the references. If you have any question, then we can discuss. Thank you.
Okay, certainly a really good presentation. It is really good. Okay, but again, I would say work on the story. Try to give more real life examples. Like you take an example and say that if we can use programming to make it easier, and JavaScript can play some important role in that. Okay, try that, or else like you can start with the history of JavaScript when you don't have any story to make. Other than that, I would say your explanation was really good in this one. Although you suddenly jumped to Hindi, but that is fine. But try to do more presentations in English, I would say. Okay. If you do more practice, the more fluent you will get. Okay. But it is okay to give it in Hindi. That is not an issue. Okay. And in your thank you slide, you forgot to add the contact email. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And I believe you have some few more presentation, right?
Yes, sir. I have two more presentation to give.
Then you can jump to that one. Before that, so I believe we have 11 people who have raised the hand. So Akash has copy pasted his Zoom link account, Zoom link meeting. Okay, so the last five people, that is Punir Rohinkar, Kalyani Raut, Aditya, and then again Aditya Kumar, Abhishek Nair, and Parth Karwa. And you four or five people can go to his okay, you can go to his Zoom chat and give your presentation there. Okay, so you guys can go because you are in we are at very end, so your turn will be very late. Okay, or you may not get your turn. So you guys can join his meet. If he has a few people, then he can certainly take your presentations. Okay. Around 7 or 8 of you can stay here because that is around 8 or 9 presentation can be done in 2 hours. So you guys can stay. Other people can go to his Zoom chat. Okay, Kuldeep, you can now continue with your doctor's appointment page.
Okay. So this is my first. This was my first task, doctor appointment phase. So these are the content, introduction, and what design part and extracting code from Locofy, Postman testing, demo, conclusion, and Q&A section. So introduction. So the aim of this project is to provide website or web app to the user so that they can easily find out the doctor near them. In this project, user will have to enter the location and specialization category of the doctor to find the doctor. So this is my design. I have created this design using Figma, and then I have used Locofy to convert Figma design into HTML CSS code. And I have used jQuery and PHP for backend part. And I have also made a database for developing this website. So this is a screenshot of my database. After that, I have also tested the backend code using Postman to ensure its functionality. So you can say that I got a output as a doctor list. Also, I have deployed and hosted this project on 000 web host, and I am successfully able to fetch the data on the website through this project. And this is my project link. So here you have to enter location. Let's say Jabalpur, and service as a dentist. So here we can find the doctor found in area. And this is Dr. Sunil Chauhan. Here the 25-year experience overall. So the conclusion, the aim of this project is to provide the website or web page to the user so that they can easily find out the doctor near them. For making this design, I have used Figma tool. After that, I have used Locofy to extract the code from Figma. I have used jQuery, PHP, MySQL to connecting the design to the backend part. This is a reference. Okay, if you have any question, then you can ask. Thank you.
Okay, so as I said, for the doctor's appointment, you started out really great, but you should have given more in-depth explanation on the part of MySQL and PHP. Like, why have we actually used those tools? Okay. See, when you have multiple tools in your project, always start with why you have used that tools. In a full stack web development, you have multiple options. So on front end, you have React, Angular, Vue.js, and then Servlet, and then CSS is there, Bootstrap is there, Tailwind is there, HTML is there, and then PHP, MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQLite, Python. There are multiple options. Okay, and you are choosing some particular tools. That is a particular tech stack. So explain why you have used that particular tech stack. Okay, and then it will help you build a story out of it. Okay, say why you have used Figma and why you have used MySQL. That way you can create a story and your explanation will be more in-depth, it will be more professional. Okay, so work on that part. Other than that, see, whatever was there, explanation was on point, it was good. Okay, but this demonstration was somewhat lacking from the previous one. I like previous demonstration type. Okay, so in this one you should have explained more about your design and the other elements of your web page. Okay, okay, so go on with the third presentation.
This was my second task, project TM master web application. In this project, I have created a software requirement specification document. So introduction is, here we need to develop a master application for our client. For that, we need to understand client requirement in details. The purpose of this project is to allow doctors to evaluate patients and create customized diet plans based on their medical condition. The web application is designed to transform manual hospital process into a digital mode, providing better healthcare service to the patients. The application also facilitates communication between doctors, patient, and cooks, ensuring that the patient receive the proper diet according to his or her medical condition. So this is a brief demo of the SRS document. So first, the user or the patient will have to fill all the details, and doctors will get medical history and other relevant data that patient had filled. After that, doctor will make a diet plan for patient, and the diet plan can be seen through the app. The and third, after that, the cooks prepare food based on diet plan. A cook's log in to the web application, views the diet plan for his patient and prepare the appropriate meal for his patient. And then after, doctor log into the web application and review a patient medical history and record again and make informed decision about the patient's diet plan. And report and analytics. The web application generate reports and analytics for doctors and administrators to analyze patient data, identify trends, and make informed decision. And security is very important. Patient data should be secure. Web app should be able to protect the patient data. And last one is performance. The app should be to handle the large number of patient data. So the conclusion in this task, I understood the client's software requirement specification and develop a master application that meets the clinic's need. So this is a reference that I have used. Okay, if you have any question, then we can discuss. Thank you.
Can you show me the SRS document that you have created
Okay, sir.
and have a brief go through on that?
This is my SRS document.
Yeah, explain.
So first introduction is the purpose of this project is to allow doctors to evaluate patient and create customized diet plan based on their medical condition. And the project scope is the application's primary goal is to provide better healthcare service to patients by enabling doctors to create customized diet plans based on their medical conditions and identify the stakeholder. The application is very useful for patient. They want their problem solved through this app. Patient need a smartphone and internet to communicate with doctor, and patient will get all the instruction like diet plan, medicines, etc. Function requirements. So I have listed the function requirement. The first is patient appointment. So the patient will have to fill all the details, and then after doctor will get the medical history. And second is diet plan. First doctor will make a diet plan for patient, and the diet plan can be seen through this app. The application connect doctor, patients, and cooks, ensuring that patients receive the proper diet according to their medical condition. And third is patient record management. So that the app will also provide tools to record patient data and history. Application provide doctors with access to patient history, diagnosis, medicine, and other relevant data. And non-functional requirement. These are the functional requirement, non-functional requirements. First is security. So the web app should be able to protect the patient data. The application should be encryption to ensure that the patient data is safe and secure. And second one is performance. The app should be able to handle the large number of patient data. Requirements of high priority. So the patient evaluation is primary priority. Without it, doctor cannot proceed further. And customized diet plans. The application must provide doctors with the ability to create customized diet plan based on their medical condition. And third one is security. So the application should be encryption to ensure that patient data is safe and secure. And performance and usability. Usability is also a crucial requirement, as the application must be easy to use and navigate. And here are some possible use cases scenario for the web application. So first, doctor evaluate patient, and based on the patient history, doctor creates diet plan. And after diet plan, the cooks prepare food based on their diet plans. And after that, doctor review patient record. And admin manage system settings. The administrator log into the web application, manage system setting, adds or remove user, and monitor system performance. Reporting and analytics. The web application generate reports and analytics for doctors and administrator to analyze patient data. And data requirements. In the data requirements, the first one is user data. The application must store user data, including username, password, or roles. This data will be used to accessing the web application. Diet plan data. The web application must store diet plan data, including the list of food, quantity, and meal schedule. Communication data. The web application must store communication data, including messages between doctor, patients, and cook. Reporting and analytics data. The web application must store related to reports and analytics, including patient data and meal data. And testing requirements. The first one is unit testing. Unit testing is required to test individual units of code, such as function and method. This testing ensures that each unit works correctly and as expected. System setting. System testing is required to test the entire system as a whole, and including the user interface, database, and other components. And third one is security testing. Security testing is required to test the security of the web application, including authentication and authorization of user, encryption of sensitive data, protest against possible security breaches. And the project timeline. The first one is planning analysis. The phase involves understanding the requirements of the web application, defining the scope, and creating a detailed project plan. This phase can take around 2 to 4 weeks. And second one is design and development. The phase involves designing the user interface, creating the database schema, and developing the code for the web application. This phase can take around 8 to 12 weeks. And third one is testing and quality assurance. This phase involves testing the web application, identifying and fixing bugs. So this phase can take 4 to 6 weeks. And deployment and maintenance. This phase involves deploying the web application to a production environment, monitoring its performance, and providing ongoing maintenance and support. This phase can take around 2 to 4 weeks. So the conclusion is the web application is designed to transform manual hospital process into a digital mode, providing better healthcare service to patients. The application facilitates communication between doctor, patients, and cook, ensuring that patients receive the proper diet according to their medical condition. So yeah.
I hope you are done.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, your this presentation was not quite in depth, and that is why I told you to explain the demo itself. Okay. So your demo was really good. You explained it well. Okay, but always I said explain with some energy. Okay. So other than that, it was okay demonstration. Okay, but work on your story. Okay. See, when you have a project requirement, so start with what the client requirement was and like try to make it like a story, like something that you have gone through, or timeline. Okay, then it will be much easier for you to explain. Okay, other than that, I would say it is okay. Although there was some internet disturbance, but it is okay. Okay. Yeah. So, any more presentation you have?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, then you can stop the screen share. We'll move on to next one. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, then Muhammad Danish.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible. Please show your camera. What is the topic?
Is my screen visible, sir?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So, good evening, everyone. Today, I am going to present function, a scope, and closure in JavaScript. Sorry, sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mohd Danish, and I am from Web Developer Group. And today, I am going to present function, a scope, closure in JavaScript. So, first question which should come in our mind is, what is function? In JavaScript, a function is a block of reusable code that performs a specific task. So why we use function? That question is also important, that we will discuss later. Next slide. So here is a syntax. How could we use functions? This is a function. This is one way of using function, and this is second way. Sometimes we call this arrow function in JavaScript, and it is simple function. Here is a function which take two numbers as a input, num1 and num2, and give us result. Let's suppose we had a lot of pairs, 100 pairs, 200 pairs, and we want sum of all them. One pair sum, second pair sum. Then can we do without using function? Yes, of course we can do, but it will be very difficult. But with the help of function, just we have to write these two lines of code, and then just what we do, we'll just pass these pairs in this function, and that function will give us result. So that's the reason we use function. And here's the benefit of using function. As I discussed earlier, reusability. So function can be used multiple times throughout the program, reducing the amount of code that need to be written. Modularity. Function can be defined separately from rest of the code, making the code more organized and easier to maintain. Let's suppose we had a very big file, very big file, as we had in Node.js. In Node.js, we had many functions like Express.js, and many request response function. So we can deal all the functions separately. This is the modularity which can be used in Node.js and also in React. Abstraction. And abstraction is a very important part of function, that we can hide our important code by someone. We just take input from some third man, and just will give result of that functions. And encapsulation. Function can have their own local scope, preventing naming conflicts and making the code more secure. That, and now I just create a function for simple calculator, and it takes two input, num1 and num2, and a operator, and it use switch function in JavaScript, or switch statement to return the result. Let's suppose if someone enter operator as a plus, then it will simply return num1 plus num2 and so on. And if operator doesn't match one of them, then it will return invalid operator. At the end, I will show my project which I made using function, and a lot of function are using that project. So here is calculator. I called this function here, and I pass 5 and 3 plus operator. Output it is 8, and all the things 4 and 6. Operator is multiply. Output is 24. But We can do it without using function, but it will be very difficult to do it without function. Now is a scope. In JavaScript, a scope refers to visibility or accessibility of variable, function, and other identifier within a particular part of the program. There are two types of scope in JavaScript: global scope and local scope. Global scope are those variables which can be accessible globally. We can access them by anywhere in our code, and local scope are those variables which can be accessible only by their local scope. Here is an example of these all of them. Here is a global variable. Let's call it message hello world, and I am accessing this message from inside a function. Here it is accessible, and print message is also printing hello world. But here number one and number 2 is defined as a locally inside a function, so we can't access it from outside the function. Let I'm trying to access this function number 1 from outside the function, and it's give us error that number 1 is not defined. So it's also play a very important role in JavaScript. And now is closure. In JavaScript, closure refers to ability of a function to access and remember its lexical scope, even when that function is executed outside of its original lexical scope. In other words, a closure allow a function to access and use variable and function from its outer enclosing scope even after that outer scope has returned and been destroyed. What does it mean? Here is the example. Let's suppose I had a function, outer function, and here is a count variable, and one function is inner, which is inside our outer function, and it return inner. So by using outer function, I can outer function, I can. So here I am calling outer function in closure as a reference, and I am calling closure function again and again. So basically what I am doing, I am accessing a local variable from outside that function. So it is a very important thing that we can hide our variable to be used from outside only by using function which is already defined inside a function. We can change that variable, like we here changing count to 1 and 2. So conclusion is that we should learn all these things to enhance our coding skill. By understanding function scope and closure, developer can write cleaner, more efficient code that is easier to maintain and scale. And here is my project which I made using function. Many functions are used in this project. Like first is these are so many 6 color, and by generating these colors I used a function, and I had to choose one color. By choosing this color, I also made a function, and when I create play again, so these color are generated randomly. By generating color randomly, I use a function. And easy, hard, these are also two separate function. If I click on easy, then it will delete remaining 3 block and will show only 3 block, which will be easy to guess the color from above RGB color, that here 166 134, so it may be red. So here is the code of this. Here is the code, and these are function which I used. These function are for changing color, and these are for function for random color picker, which is used here to pick random color from these 6 color. I am picking random color from these 6 color only. So here is the function to pick random color, and here is the function to generate a RGB color 6 color. So thank you. And if you have any question, then you can ask, please.
Okay. See, your examples and story were good. Okay. But work on your explanation part. Okay. See, your PPT is also good, but when you have lot of code and when you have lot of explanation to do, and you have code in your presentation, it becomes hard to present for you too. And you were only like not able to clearly present when there was code. Other times you were able to present. So I would recommend this, instead of when you have logical code, try to use flowcharts. They will be much easier for you to explain and much easier for us to understand. Okay, code is actually showing the code is not that important. Okay, making sure the logic is understood is important. You can always show the code snippet in the VS Code during the demonstration. Okay, you no need to add the entire code in your PPT itself. Just add the logic, just add the flowchart. It will make it easier for you to explain and easier for us to understand. Okay. Other than that, I would say you have a really good flow. Okay, you try to make a story, you try to make an example, but work on that, you will get better. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You have any other presentation to do?
No, sir, not today.
Okay. Okay. Then thank you. We'll move on to next person then. Yes, Shah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. You can stop the screen share now.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes. Is my screen visible?
You have turned your camera first.
Just miss. Am I visible?
Yeah.
So, good evening, everyone. My name is Yash, and I am from Web Developer Group, and my today's topic is data types, variable, and operators in JavaScript. So, what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a popular scripting language used to add interactive to the web pages. So, like JavaScript is used like if we click on a button, then if anything has to pop up, then we use JavaScript there. So JavaScript has different data types. There are primarily two data types, primitive and non-primitive data types. Primitive data types can include Boolean, null, undefined, numbers, string, begin, and symbols. Non-primitive data types include arrays, objects, and regular expression. First, we'll go with primitive data types, that is Boolean. Boolean data types can have only two values, that is true and false. Then we have null data types that represent that the variable doesn't contain any value. Then we have undefined data types that we have declared the variable, but we have not initialized it. Then it is called as undefined data types. Then we have number. The number data types include integers and floating numbers. The string data types contains a sequence of characters, and we represent them as string data types. Another one we have is big int, which is used to store large number of integers value. Then we have symbols. Symbols are used to create unique identifiers for objects property in JavaScript. Then we have variables in JavaScript. Variable in JavaScript, we declare variables using var, let, and const. The var keyword is used to declare the variable globally, and it can be accessed globally. The let keyword is used to declare the block scope variables that are accessible only within the block in which they are defined. The const keyword is used to declare the constant, which are only read-only variables, and they cannot be reassigned a new value. It is not recommended to use where, and we should use let and constant, as where is globally accessible, and we can and if we change the value of the variable in another function, then it may affect the value in the global space. Then we have operators in JavaScript. JavaScript has several operators, including arithmetic, comparison operators, logical, bitwise, assignment operators. Arithmetic operators are used to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, and the remainder left for the operation we operate on the variables. Comparison operators are used to compare two variables, and we have equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, and less than equal to comparator operators in JavaScript. Then we have logical operators in JavaScript, which are and, or, and not. We can combine our two expressions by using logical operators like and, or, not. Then we have bitwise operators. This include and, or, XOR, not, left shift, and right shift. Another operator is assignment operator, which is used to assign some value to the variables, which include equal to, additional operators, subtraction operator, multiplication, division, and modulus assignment. In conclusion, JavaScript has various data types, including primitive, non-primitive data types, variables, and are declared using where, let, and const keyword, and operators are used to perform operation on these data types and variables. So thank you. And I have a project on this. This is my tic-tac-toe game. Just a second. This is the project I have created. This is tic-tac-toe game as we play. So here the X has won and the score is updated here. This is the code for the XO game, and here is the JavaScript code. Here I declare all the variables and variables used in this project. These are XO values, XO variable. Then this is the array which we use to see if the box is filled or not with XO or not. Here, this is the main function to see the game is working or not. Here are the winning combinations for which the player, if with this we check if the condition that player has won or not. This is the function to see if the player has won or not, and we will use to update and make changes in the projects, like we will write X has won or not. Then this is the function to see the extra array which we have created to see the division is filled or not, to check this is full or not. Then we have a function reset button, so it will reset our game. So the working goes like that. If the space array which we have created, we will check that on the click. If we click on the division, on the any division, if it is filled or not, then if it is not filled, then we will give the X or 0 according to the chance. And if the player one condition has fulfilled, then we will highlight that boxes and update the title that X has won or not. Thank you. And this was my presentation.
Okay. Can you open your demo?
Project?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so X has won. Can you tell me what element it is?
What? This is the title.
What element are you using? HTML element?
HTML element, I means I don't understand.
Are you using H1 to print this X as
Yeah,
well?
yeah, H1, yes,
That is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
For the reset,
yes.
what does it? What element are you using?
This is the button I am using in HTML.
Okay, and does it have any script?
Yeah, it contained a script that when we click on the button, that all these boxes get cleared, that no value is present in these boxes.
And how does it do?
Yeah, I'll show in this code.
Just explain me in the front end only.
Yeah, means we will go to the HTML dot means box dot inner HTML, and we will give a null string there, means open means
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Then how are you able to print these lines?
which line? This
The
means,
playground itself, where you put X and 0. So you have printed line, right? The
this,
horizontal.
yeah, this one. Yeah.
The lines, orange color lines.
Okay, this is I've used JavaScript. Each for each boxes I have defined the borders. So I've used CSS for this.
And for printing X and 0?
This one or this?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, for like same I have done the box, means whichever the box is selected, and dot inner HTML, and I in the string I mention X or O according to the chance, like first chance is X, then X will be printed, then for the other chance O will be printed.
Okay. And after the game is over, it prints the score and X score and 0 score, right?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
it will increment here.
Okay. And for the background, what color have you used? The overall
Color.
background of your body.
Yeah, I don't remember the color code. Some
But it
color,
is from the pink family, right?
no, skinish means light skin color.
Okay, light skin color family. Okay.
Yeah.
And for the
Font, I don't remember the font. Some
okay,
font
no
I,
issue.
yeah.
No issue. See, now see how easily you were able to explain all of this. Okay.
Yes.
And this is how you are supposed to do the demonstration. You are supposed to tell us what elements are there and how they are
Okay.
working. See how it was. And when you, and I will tell you tomorrow when I upload the recording on the Trello, you can check the recording and see there is like, very large difference when you are explaining the entire code and when you are explaining when I'm asking you. When I'm asking
Okay.
you, it was really well explained and really easy to understand. But
Okay.
your code explanation was really not that great. And that
Yeah.
is why I tell everyone, try to explain what elements are on your screen. And when some activity happens, like clicking on the box and printing X is activity.
Okay.
And the background, how the winner is being scored and how it is chosen, that is also logic. Try
Yeah.
to explain it on the front end itself and then
Okay.
just show the code snippet. It will become much easier for you to explain.
Okay.
Okay, so try to do demonstrations like those. And as for your, see, there was no Q&A slide, I believe. Okay, and your see also reference, see, conclusion was also really small and reference was not there.
Yeah.
Okay, so work on your explanation part. Okay, you
Yeah.
were getting not, it wasn't really that in depth. Okay, see, you need to do some more in depth. Try to build a story. How you can build a story. So there, try some, like pick something interesting about JavaScript.
Okay.
Say like you have undefined or you have symbol or you have
Yes.
object. Okay, see other languages like famous languages like Python. Okay,
Okay.
they don't really have something like this. Okay,
Yes.
so say why JavaScript has that.
Okay.
Start with that story. It will help you build a story. It will help you build a flow. Okay.
Yeah.
So work on that part. Other than that, it is okay. See. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then you
I
have
have,
any other
yeah, another
presentation? Yeah.
presentation for control structures in JavaScript.
Yeah. You can move on to that then.
Okay.
Yeah. You can start. Okay, I believe he is having some internet issue. So, Indira Banerjee. Yeah, you can start.
Said is my screen is visible.
It is loading.
Sir,
Wait,
my screen is visible.
it is loading. It is not visible yet.
Sir, is my screen is visible?
No, it is not visible yet. Now it is visible.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everyone. This is Indira Banerjee. I am from Java Developer Group. Today's topic of synopsis. The dimension we are going to cover the introduction, why we need the structuring application, key feature, project goal, payment, and current option. Let's start with the beginning. Introduction. The structuring application is a software system that allows the user to buy and sell stock in a real using a user-friendly interface. In structuring application is built using the Java and the integrated with the popular stock exchange such as National Stock Exchange and the Bombay Stock Exchange. Now the question arises, what is the difference between NSE and BSE? BSE is located at the Mumbai. It is the oldest and the first stock exchange in Asia, established in 1875. While NSE is an young when compared to BSE, it is still one of the largest exchanges in the country, established in 1992. Why do we need a stock trading application app? The stock trading application made the online investment easier and established to every user interface in the stock market. User can invested in the investor can also buy and sell stock from anywhere at any time with an internet connection. The app makes the stock trading more flexible as you don't have to rent or buy an office for brokers, and client can opt the portable solution using the stock trading application. The stock trading application provides the real-time information about stock price and market news. The key feature of stock trading application are the real-time stock quotes, advanced charting tools, news alert, customized watch list, integration with payment gateway. User can personalize watch list to the track specific stock and receive alter when the stock receive a certain price. The project goal. The project goal to provide the user with a user-friendly and efficient way to track the stock online, to offer the real-time stock market data and analysis, to provide the customized watch list and alter, to internet the payment gateway and support multiple correction. The main goal of stock is to provide a platform to the investor to buy and sell the stock in a real time. Payment and currency option. The application is integrated with the various payment gateway to ensure the scamless and secure transaction. User can find their accounts using various payment methods, but they can use the debit and credit card and online wallet. Conclusion. The stock trading application will be powerful and versatile platform that provides a convenient and secure way to trade the stock online. It will enable the user to access real-time stock market data, execute trade intentionally, and customize their trading experience. It will highly stable and secure, providing to the scamless trading experience for the user. The application will be highly customized marketing. It's suitable for use by financial industry for all the sites. This is the reference which I used for this PPT. You can ask if there is any question. Thank you.
I hope you are done with this one.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me the topic name?
My topic name is synopsis project. Hello, sir.
Project synopsis, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, it was not quite in depth, I would say. Okay, try to do more in depth presentation. When we say in depth and we have something like project synopsis, so work like how you will actually create the app. If I give you this project, then what will be your requirements? How you will actually create this app? What time flow you will, what timeline you will use to create it? Okay, what are the other things that you will use? What are the features that you want to improve? How you will improve, like how you will work on those features? How you will include the features? Work on that. Okay, it was not technically
Okay, sir.
that in depth, but when we say like the you provided the features and everything, it was enough. It was a good content about that. Okay, so do more in depth technically. Other than that, it was okay. You understood the project synopsis, I can say. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you don't have any other presentation, right?
No, sir, I have just one.
Okay. Thank you. Then we'll move on to Yash. I hope your internet is not.
Hello.
Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, yes. So my next topic is on control structures in JavaScript. Control structures in JavaScript are used to control the flow of the execution of the program. There are two main types of control structures in JavaScript. First is conditional statement and another is loops. In JavaScript, we have following conditional statement. First is if statement. We use if statement to specify a block of code to be executed if a specific condition is true. Then we have else statement. The else statement is used to specify a block of code to be executed if the same condition is false. Then we have if else statement. If else statement is used to specify a new condition to test if the first condition is false. And we have switch statement. This is used to specify many alternative block of code to be executed. We will see in example how all this work. First is if statement. Here I mentioned the syntax of the if statement. As you can see, we have if, then the condition. So if the condition is true, then this block of code will get executed. Otherwise, it will not get executed. Here is an example. The condition is R is less than 18. So if R is less than 18, this condition greeting is equal to good day will be executed. Otherwise, it will not get executed. Then we have else statement. Else statement comes after if statement. So the syntax is like this. We write first if statement and then else statement, and the condition is the same. So as from the previous example, we have R is less than 18. So if R is less than 18, the if statement will get executed and else statement will not get executed. If R is greater than 18, then if statement will be false and it will not get executed, but the else statement will get executed. Then we have if else statement. The syntax of if else statement is like this. First we write if statement, then other conditions will be in if else statement, and the else block is like this. The example is like this. So for if condition, if time is less than 10. So if time is less than 8, this condition of greeting is equal to good morning will get executed, and the rest conditions will not be executed. Then we have if else statement, and it will check if the time is less than 20, then this greeting is equal to good day will get executed, and no other uh, statement will get executed. And then finally we have the else statement. Then we have the switch statement. As we earlier mentioned, the if statement is used to specify a block of code to execute it if there are several expression in our code. So the syntax is like this, the switch, and we have the expression here, and we have several cases mentioned here, case X, case Y, and default, and we have certain code regarding to them. So we will look at the example now. Here I have mentioned the switch statement, and here is the expression which will get evaluated. So if X is equal to 0, then this condition will get executed, that is day is equal to Sunday. If X is equal to 1, then this condition will get executed, that is day is equal to Monday, and the rest is like that. Then we have loops in JavaScript. There are various types of loops in JavaScript, like for loops, loops through the block of code a number of times. Then we have foreign loop, loops through the properties of an object. Then we have for of loop. For of loop iterates through the values of an object. Then we have while loop. While loop iterates through a block of code. If a condition is true, then we have a do while loop. Also loop through the block of code if a specific condition true, but it will get executed once, definitely for once. So the for loop is this. The syntax for loop is like this. We write for, then expression 1, 2, and 3. The expression 1 we use to initialize our variable. Then in expression 2 we check for the condition on the variable, and in the expression 3 we increment our variables. So this is the example. For let I is equal to 0. If I is less than 5, then we have to execute this code, and once this is executed, then we'll do I plus plus. Then next we have for in loop. The syntax of for in loop is key for, then we in bracket we write key in objects. So in example we can see that I have an object called person. So the syntax would be for let X in the person. This is the object name person, and X is used to refer the key like F name and L name. And this is the operation we are performing on this object. Then we have for of loop. The syntax is quite similar to the for in loop. Just instead of in here, we are using of, and rest the working is the same. Then we have while loop. While loop syntax is like this. While we mention a condition here, and while this condition is true, this block of code will get executed. So we have a condition. This is an example. While I is less than 10, this block of code will execute, and here we are incrementing I. So when the I gets 11, this condition will get false, and this code will not run, and it will get end. Then we have a do while loop. Do while loop, similar to loop, just we have added do above while. So the flow of this goes like this. First it will run this code which is written in the do, and then after it will check the condition in the while. So as you can see in the example, first it will execute text plus is equal to the number is plus I and I plus plus, and then it will check the condition if I is less than 10, and if I is less than 10, then another time it will go to the do block code, and then after the condition will be get checked. The difference is in the do while loop is and while loop is that in do while loop the do block of code will get executed once, and that is for sure. Is in JavaScript we are having various control structures, so which allow developers to write the code that can make decision, iterate through the collection of data, and execute different blocks of code based on certain conditions. I have a project on this, and that So this is my project. This is the snake game which I have made for this project. Let me just play and show you. So what I have done in this project is first I have made this board. This board is made up of 18 rows and 18 columns. And then I populated the snake head on this board using the row number and the column number, like 7 column and 8 row. Then I populated the food using the random number generation, like 4th row and the 3rd column. So the food will appear. So once the snake head eats the food, then a new food is generated and a body of a snake gets incremented by 1. And for the snake to remain in this board, I used one condition that it should remain in this 18th column and 18th row. If it get lower than 0 and greater than 18, then the game will end. Here I mentioned the high score, which I implemented using the local storage. And this is the score, which is the current score of the game which we are playing. Thank you. And if you have any question, you may ask.
Okay. I hope you are done with your presentation.
Yes.
Okay. See, this demonstration was much better. It was much clear what is going on. Okay. But work on your story, as I said in your presentation itself. Can you open your presentation?
Yes.
Okay. See, you have all the loops. Like, so, for example, go to do while loop or while loop.
Yeah.
See, you have syntax, right?
Yes.
Syntax. It is not important to give too much focus on the syntax. You can just have an image of syntax, like this is how it works, and focus more on example itself. Try to explain the syntax in example. Okay. Then you don't have to actually put syntax and example separately, and it will take less space of your presentation. It will look more good. Okay, the readability will be much better.
Okay, means I have to just write the example, no need for the syntax.
Yeah, you can explain the syntax in the example itself, right?
Okay.
Yeah, try to enhance the readability as much as possible.
Okay.
Because when you are explaining and suppose your viewers got lost in between, if they are able to follow your presentation, they will be able to catch up with your explanation really quick. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so try these things for your next presentation. Other than that, I would say it was much better than last time. You were able to adapt really quick from last presentation.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope this is your last presentation for today, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So we'll move on to next person.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Aditya.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Let me present this thing.
Yeah, you can start.
Yes, sir. So my name is Aditya Kadam, and in this presentation, I'll be explaining control structure in JavaScript. So this is the content that I will be covered in this presentation. So first is if statement. So the single if statement in JavaScript is used to execute the code if a condition is true. It is also called a one-way selection statement. So when we use the if condition, we Basically, we pass the argument, and if the argument will be satisfied, then the respective code will be executed. Otherwise, nothing will happen. So I'll let you I'll let you know by the simple example for better understanding. So yeah, let's see. So I have written the simple code JavaScript with copy. So as you know, the JavaScript runs on Chrome. So I will execute it on Chrome console. So okay. So this is a code of a simple. This is example of simple if statement. So I assign I assign a is equal to 2, and this is the if statement. As you can see, this is a condition of if statement. So condition is that a is lesser than 18. If the condition is satisfied, then this code will be executed. So let's try. So yes, you can see here it's right condition because it is right. If we make it if we make it false, so nothing will happen. So let's try. So yes, so nothing has happened here. So let's move on to the if statement. Uh, so the uh, if statement is a execute to a used to execute code if the condition is true as well as false. Uh, so I'll explain by the by take example. Let's copy and so I assign the value a is equal to 45. So as you can as we have seen in single if statement, there is a there so there is a output only if the condition is true, but here if it gives the output whether it is false or true. So let's try. So the condition is not first satisfied because a is greater than 18. So the output will be it's strong. So let's make it false. Let's make it true. So condition is so here the condition is satisfied. Then the output will be uh, this this which I have selected. So let's execute. So yes, as you can see, there is right condition. Output output is which is which is in the with if block. So let's move on to the switch statement. So the switch statement is used to perform different action based on different conditions. So basically, in switch statement, the value of expression, sorry, the value of expression is compared with the value of cases. Uh, if it is matched, then the particular block will be executed. So let's try. I'll explain for better understanding. I'll explain by taking one example. Wait. So this is copy and console panel. Take the panel. Place. So here here a is equal to 2. Will so we are compared to we are comparing a the value of expression with the value of case. If there is a match with the case, then the particular block will be executed. Like here a is equal to 2, then the case it is matched with a case 2. So this code so this block will be executed. So let's the output. Yes, as you can see, the output is Tuesday. I hope so I hope you understood this. So next is looping the JavaScript. So loops offer a quick and easy way to do something repeatedly. There are many different kind of loops, but they all essentially do the same things. They repeat action some number of times. So there are basic loops, that is the for statement, do while statement, while loop statement. So let's move on to the for loop. So the for loop is a feature that facilitates the execution of the state of instruction repeatedly until some condition evaluates and become false. We come across for loop, which provides a brief and semantic way of writing the loop structure. So this is the structure of for loop. So the for loop. So there are three statements. The first statement is the first statement is the initialization of counter. It is executed once before the execution of of code block. So code block. So the so next is statement two. It is a testing statement that define the uh, uh, that define that define the condition for the execution of the code block. It must return a boolean value. So, it is also in entry control loop, as the condition is checked before the execution of a loop statement. So next is the statement three. It is the incremental or decremental of counter, and it's executed after the code block has been executed. So I'll explain by taking one example. Explain that config console that for loop copy. As you can see, this is the code of for. So in first statement, we assign I is equal to 1, because I is equal to 1, and the second, this is a condition of for loop, for loop, and we are increment. Next is statement 3, that we are incrementing the value of I by 1. So in first iteration, the output will be the 1, because the value of I is equal to 1, and we are checking the condition if it's true or false. So the I is lesser than 5. It is a true. Then the output will be 1, and then and I will be incrementing the. So then we are incrementing the value of I by 1. So so value of I becomes 2. So in next iteration, the output will be 2. So like that, the for loop will executing like that. So I hope it is understood. You understood very well. So next is while loop. So while loop statement creates a loop around the code block that is executed while a condition is true. The loop runs while the condition is true, otherwise it stops. So again, I'll explain the by the code. So it is, uh, So we are assigned I is equal to 2 and n is equal to 5. So in the condition of while statement, the like I is lesser than equal to n. So in first iteration, the condition should be true. Then it will go into the block of while. So the first iteration, y is equal to 1, and n is equal to 5. So that's why the condition is satisfied. So it will enter into the block, and executed this kind of code, like it will print I value and increment I by 1. So like that, it will print 1 2 3 4 5 till 5. It will print from 1 to 5, because here we assign n is equal to 5 and I is equal to 1. So it starts from 1 and will end at the 5. So I hope so you understood very well. So next is the do while loop. So the do while loop is a variant of while loop. This will execute the block once before the checking if the condition is true. Then it will repeat the loop as long as the condition is true. So again, before understanding do while, you should know this 4 point. So first is the body of loop. First is the body of loop is executed at the first. Then the condition is evaluated. And second, if the condition evaluated is true, the body of loop inside the do statement is executed again. And third is the condition is evaluated once again. If the condition evaluates to true, the body of loop inside the do statement is executed again. This process continues until the condition evaluates to false. Then the loop stops. So I'll explain by taking one example for the do while loop. So so as you can see on the screen, this is the code of do while. So uh, as I told you, it will execute first do block of a do column, then same as a while loop. So it will execute it first the do block, like it will print console log one. It will print a value of I, and then index and is and I is already declared. So there is okay, wait, I have to change it to late. Let's see. Yes, it is working. So as you can see here, it has been executed the value the first it executed the column of do after the do column after the do statement, and then same as the while we have seen in the past example. So yes, so this was about the control structure in JavaScript. So the conclusion is let's move on to the conclusion. So control structure are an important part of programming language, including the JavaScript. They allow the developers to control the flow of execution in their code, make decision and repeat action as needed. So JavaScript has several control structure, including if else statement, switch statements, loop, and try-catch blocks. This structure gives developers the ability to control how their code behaves based on center conditions or events. So, in conclusion, control structure are essential program in JavaScript. They allow the developer to create a more complex and dynamic programs that can respond to user input and make decisions based on certain conditions. By understanding the different types of control structure available in JavaScript, developer can create more efficient and effective code. So, so this is the references that I have taken from website. So, so I have made website by using the control structure. So this is a simple login page. When we enter the add username and password if the username and password is right, then it will give alert at the top of the page. You can see here you logging successfully. If the if the username and password is wrong, then when we click on submit, then it will give alert at the top of page that is a login failed. Try again. Basically, what happening here when we enter the value in the text box, so it checks by using it checks at the back end by using if else statement whether the value that we have entered in the text box is right or wrong. So according to that, it will give the alert at the top of uh, page. So here, as you can see here, you cannot see here some the call number. When we can click on callers now. You can see the number of this gym has been printed. Uh, because so what happening here? Basically, it's check the heading. We use H3 for this. So it will check whether in H3 has text or not. If yes, it will print nothing. It will not print anything. If not, it will print the number. So this was a simple website that we have that I have created. So if you have any question, you can ask. Thank you, sir.
I hope you are done with your presentation.
Yeah, yes, sir.
See, the way you have done your presentation is good, but the problem lies in your execution. You had a good idea, but you couldn't really execute it. And the problem was lack of practice. Okay, see, your concept was to explain the concept in the presentation and show the live demonstration for all the loops in your browser itself. Okay, so when you are doing something like this, if your typing speed is slow, then it is it is important that you don't do something like this. Okay, because it breaks your flow. See, it is good thing that you have somewhere to copy the code and execute it, but it doesn't really give that feeling of doing directly in your browser. It is same as showing the code on the PPT and showing the output. Okay, so what you could have done was and other thing is the visibility itself. See, your presentation is not in a slideshow view. Okay, so I can still see the PowerPoint ribbon and the file options. Okay, so make sure it is in the slideshow view and make sure you are able to switch between the screens. And when you are switching between the screen in the Chrome developer tools, the text is really small, which is not really good for the visibility. It doesn't have good visibility. So what you can do is try to maximize the visibility of the Chrome dev tool if you are doing something like this. And when you have presentation like this, topics like this, there are a lot of additional information that you can give, which will make it easier for you to build a story. Like, can you you are taking questions, right? So can you tell me what engine Chrome is running on?
In V8 engine.
Okay, and
Don't know.
Firefox?
Firefox. Yes, sir, I don't know because
It is running on a Gecko. Okay, so
Gecko.
there is different, yeah, Gecko. So there is difference
Okay.
between both of the engines. Okay, but it works like it is an interpreter. So like say that JavaScript is an interpreted language. Okay, and then explain how it is actually doing. See, when you have const n, okay, so it gave you an error that n is already defined. Okay,
because sir, it executes line by line.
yeah, so make sure you touch this concept to make sure it is clear why you are getting an error. It is always important to acknowledge and make tell us about the error if you are getting the error in between the demo. Okay, it is always important to explain why you got that demo. It is good thing that you are able to solve it quickly. You are able to easily solve it and show the execution, but make sure to point out why you got the error and how you were able to solve it. Okay, it is always a good thing. And for your demonstration, see, you need practice on the explanation skills. Okay, because your demo and content was really good, but it was lacking somewhere in the explanation. Okay, there was no flow. Work on your flow. Okay, try to do presentation 7 times, 8 times, 9 times. Make sure that you remember, rectify everything. Then it will be you will have a good flow because your idea and your execution idea was really good, but because you have not built your flow, it was quite lacking. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Then we'll move on to next presentation. You can
Thank you.
stop the screen share, Aditya. Okay, Kalyani Raut. See, Shalmeshwar, we go in order of raised hands. Okay, if you are having some problem, that is your issue. You need to solve it by yourself. If your order in raised hands is at the bottom, you will only get your chance at the bottom. There is no point in messaging to take your first. There are a lot of people who are waiting here from last 3-4 days or even 1 week. Okay. Kalyani, I have unmuted you. Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. You can mute your other device. Yeah, you can start.
So is my screen visible?
Yeah, it is visible. So what is the name of this topic?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kalyani Raut. I'm from Mobile App Development Group. My task name is the overview of the project synopsis. So the project description. Stock trading app is a mobile application that provides user with the ability to buy and sell stocks. As we all are familiar with the stock market, we know that in the trading apps we sell or buy stocks, and the app provides a real-time stock news, charts, quotes, and analysis tools to help users make real, informative, and user friendly decisions. In the app, the user can create an account, link the account, and begin with the stocks. So in this, we'll see about the project planning, requirements, and technologies used. First, the project planning. Uh, to make an app, we first need to plan the app, how it will work, what things will it need, and the features. It is a discipline addressing how to complete a project in a certain time frame, usually with defined stages and designated resources. One view of project planning divides the activity into three steps: setting measurable objectives, identifying deliverables, and scheduling. So, what are stock trading apps? Stock trading apps make billions of dollars by allowing young investors to indulge in trading markets with zero trading fees and nominal account fees. How do they do it, and what makes them so profitable? Let's see. So nowadays, trading apps have become popular, and they may offer features that are not possible without having access to an app, like commission fee trading. There is no commission fees, and there is no the other person involved in the app. So instant notification and alerts. The app will provide notification about the stock market and alerts of the stocks, trading strategy. It will provide the link of videos, references for trading strategies, acting as a robo advisor for yielding massive profits. How can we make profits, and the cyber ensuring cyber security. It will help from any cyber threat. And requirement gathering. Requirement gathering is the process of identifying the project's exact requirement from start to finish. This process occurs during the project initiation phase, but you will continue manage your project requirements to entire project timeline. So to build an stock trading platform, first we need to initiate the project, uh, define the scope of the project, how it will work, to get the app secured, like as I said earlier, like cyber security, and design the core features, how the app look like: a login page, sign up page, user interface, transaction history, payment. Organize your app and development team. The development team, like deployment of the app, maintenance, etc. Then develop API for implementing core and non-core features. Testing, delivery and maintenance, like to test the at last test the app, deliver and the maintenance of the app updates. So let's take an example of a successful stock trading mobile application, Webbull. It has got 10 million plus downloads like other top ranking investment apps. Webbull also follows zero commission and no minimum deposits. It does not take any deposits from the user. So E-Trade is a major platform to do stock trading. It has a rich library of educational resources and professional trading standards, along with two mobile applications like Android and iOS. Just like E-Trade, other popular investing apps. So, what are the features of investment apps have? Like login and sign up page, user page, transactions and payment, newsfeed features, analytics. Next, app development and the programming language. So there are many languages available for programming, but there are most preferred over others. So for iOS, the developers prefer Swift or Objective-C, while Android mostly prefer Kotlin and Java. In UI and UX designing, E-Trade is listed among most of the top of trading apps because of its user-friendly interface. What backend development and front-end development. Backend development, we need to develop an application with strong backend, which has two pillars like database and server. And the front-end development, we need to understand the preferences of the client for doing the front-end development, like it deals with the user interaction side of the application. The developer should have indulged and experience working with languages like Java, CSS, JavaScript, and skills like in React, Angular, jQuery, etc. So, the technologies used for developing mobile applications, most commonly used are languages used are Kotlin and Swift. Well, Kotlin is used for developing Android mobile applications, and Swift is used for developing iOS mobile applications. What is Kotlin? Kotlin programming language is created by Google and JetBrains jointly. It is a programming language specially designed for mobile applications on Android operating system. Android app development was done in Java with multiple low-level features. And what is Swift? Swift is a language which was released by Apple in 2014 uh, for Objective-C, the company's programming language. Objective-C programming language was earlier used by a company to develop everything from desktop to mobile applications. So there's a question like which is better for mobile app development, Kotlin or Swift? So both these languages are modern and hence both of them can be used for mobile app development. Both languages have their own set of features which makes them stand out. So it all comes to the type of mobile platforms that we want to develop for applications. So there is a quote by Benjamin Franklin that investment in knowledge pays the best interest, which means when it comes to investing, nothing will pay off more than educating yourself. So do the necessary research and analysis. So the references link are here. If any questions, thank you.
I hope you are done with your presentation.
Yes, sir.
See, your explanation was, I would say it was good, but it was mostly reading from the slide, okay, which resulted in having a lot of text, okay. So try to reduce the amount of text you have in the slide and try to include as many diagrams or images as possible, okay, which will make it more look beautiful and also make it more readable, also easier to understand, okay. So work on that part. Other than that, see the content you put is good. The content that you have in your slides are really good, but it is just that there is problem with the execution. Okay. Okay, so if you are done, then we can move on to next. You can stop the screen, sir. Okay, then Sajal Gupta.
Yes, sir. Just sharing my screen.
Yeah. You have multiple topics.
Yes, sir. I have like 5 presentations to do.
Okay, you can what you can do is you can start complete one presentation, confirm that you have completed the presentation, then move on to second one. We will review all of them together. Okay, so that
Okay,
we
sir.
can make it quick.
Okay, sure, sir. Okay, I will start with my first presentation. Good evening, everyone. Today, I, Sajal Gupta, from Java Developer Group, would like to present on the topic overview of project synopsis stock trading application. In this presentation, we will cover about what is project synopsis, introduction to stock trading applications, objectives of stock trading applications, methodologies used in application, and the results and the outcomes of stock trading application. First, project synopsis. Like a project synopsis is a brief summary of a proposed project or a research study that outlines its goal, objective, methodologies, and expected outcomes. It serves as an overview of the project and provides reader with a clear understanding of the purpose and significance of proposed work. Now coming to the introduction, like a stock trading application is a software program that allows individuals to buy and sell stocks and other securities online through their brokerage account. Like it provides real-time market data, news, and data analysis, as well as trading tools and portfolio management features that enables investors to manage their investment from anywhere at any time. Coming to the objective of stock trading application, it provides a convenient and accessible platform for users to buy and sell stocks and other securities. It offers real-time market data, news, and analysis to help the users make informed trading decisions. Also, it is a secured and reliable platform for executing transaction and protecting user data. Additionally, it also offers educational resources and tools to help users learn more about trading and investing. Coming to the methodologies, beginning with the first, we begin with the designing of the user interface of the application, which should be user friendly and intuitive. Like Java UI toolkits such as Swing or Java FX are used to build an interface to retrieve the real-time market data, and the application is connected to the data source, such as a financial data API or a data feed from a stock exchange by using HTML REST template. HTTP REST template. Also, trading, we can implement trading features such as buying and selling stocks, setting stop loss orders and limit orders are by using Java libraries such as Apache Camel or Spring integration. For data analysis and visualization, we can use JFree chart to get a visualization of data more clearly. Like to implement the security features in the app, we can use two-factor authentication, encryption, and secure network connections by using Java libraries such as Spring Security Test. The results and outcome of the trading app will be users can access up to the minute stock prices and charts. News application can also offer a range of trading tools such as buying or selling stop loss orders, limit orders. Users can track their portfolio performance and make adjustment as needed. Application also provides users with the research reports and analysis from industry experts. Application can also offer educational resources such as tutorials, webinars, and articles to help users learn more about trading and investing. Any questions from your side? Thank you. Like, sir, I'm done with the first presentation.
Okay, you can move on to next one.
Okay, sir. Like I start with Caesar cipher. Yes, sir. Uh, uh, Good evening, everyone. Like my next topic is Caesar cipher. Coming with the table of contents, we will cover introduction to Caesar cipher, algorithm which is used in Caesar cipher, code implementation, and observations. Starting with the introduction, like I will begin with the story first. Like once upon a time, there was a young messenger named Julius who lived in Rome. Julius was like a interested was an interested man whose work was to deliver important data from one area to the other area of the empire. One day, Julius like received a message which contained very critical information, and he had to deliver it without revealing the without revealing the information to the other people. So he invented Caesar cipher. He decided to use this cipher that involves replacing each letter in the message with the another letter that is a fixed number of positions down the alphabets. Julius decided to use a key of 3, meaning like each letter of the message would be replaced by 3 positions down the alphabet. For example, the letter A would be replaced by the letter D, B with E, C with F, and so on. When Julius applied this cipher to the message, it became unreadable to anyone who tried to who tried to see the message. And this is how Julius was able to deliver the message using the Caesar cipher and completed his task. I hope the story gave you the idea of Caesar cipher technique. Now let's look into the algorithm which is used behind this. In the algorithm, we take input as a string and an integer between 0 to 25 denoting the required shift. Now the procedure is like we first traverse the given text one character at a time. Like for each character transform the given character as per the rule, and uh, then we generate a new string as per the decided shift. Coming to the code, this is the code implementation for encryption and decryption. Here we used a for loop, and we started the for loop from 0 until the string's last letter length, and incremented it by 1. And like if the shifted letter was now we calculated now we want to shift a specific letter, then if the shifted letter was greater than z, then shifted letter was replaced by shifted letter plus a minus z minus 1, and the result was added to the shifted letter was added to the result, and finally the result was returned to the output. Coming to the observations, during this we noticed that the time complexity of this algorithm was big O of n, where n denotes the length of the given string, and the auxiliary space taken account is big O of n. Advantages of this Caesar cipher is like it is easy to implement, and thus it is suitable for beginners to learn about encryption. Like it can also be modified into a most secure variant by doing multiple shifts or keywords. Now coming to the disadvantages of Caesar cipher, like I said, it is not secure against modern decryption methods. Like it also does not have confidentiality, integrity, and authenticity in the message. Now, coming to the implementation of this code. Yes, sir. Like here is my code for encryption. Like if the same logic I explained is written here, like there is a for loop which contains the message length and the key value which should be replaced by the shifted letters. Like for example, if we write any string for encryption, like if I hack with a sorry like, and I shift it by one key, then it should give me IBDL WFEB. And if I run the decryption of this code, IBDF, the decryption code is here. Here also I have used a for loop. Now here now like it works on the encrypted message and gives us the decrypted message by just reversing the algorithm which we used for encryption. If I run this and like as the result I got in the first encryption method, I tried to shift it by one. So I received Hackveda as my original output, which was the real input which I given to the encryption code. Thank you. That's all about my second presentation. Sir, shall I start with the next?
Okay, you can start with the next one.
Okay, sir. Like I start with the DRDO. Yes, sir. Now my next topic is Scientific Analysis Group, which is a laboratory under Defense Research and Development Organization. The contents we will cover is, we will get to know about what is SAG, what is a historical background of SAG, visions and the missions of SAG, and the area where SAG is working. Like coming to the like what is SAG? Scientific Analysis Group, SAG, is a defense research and development organization laboratory which is located in Delhi, India. SAG is directed by Srimati Jaya Santi, and its primary function is to evolve new scientific methods for designing and analyzing of communication systems. And the historical background of Scientific Analysis Group. It was established in 1963 and it was functioned as a directorate of R&D until 1970 under the direct control of CC R&D. It was a mathematics-oriented lab until 1975. Coming to the vision of SAG, SAG's vision is to be the premier provider of scientific analysis services, innovations. SAG also aims to be the trusted advisor to the clients and also help to drive progress and shape the future through power of scientific analysis. Coming to the mission, SAG's mission is to develop tools and techniques based on the contemporary mathematics, computer science, and electronics communication for analysis of security and IT products. It also aims to build generalized as well as domain system specific analytical algorithms and tools. Coming to the area where SAG is currently working, SAG is working in the area of cryptology and information security. SAG also focuses on delivering high quality and efficient solutions to its client. These are all the covered information has been taken from the given website. You can check out the reference. Thank you. Sir, I'm done with my one more presentation.
Okay, move on to your fourth presentation, I believe.
Yeah, now it's my fourth presentation. Yeah. So coming to this presentation, in this presentation, I would like to present on the topic building simple Java web application using Spring Boot. Now, first I will cover what. Now we will get to know about what is web application. Then we will get to and get to know about Spring Boot, the Spring Boot flow architecture, features and advantages of Spring Boot, and demonstration of a simple Java web application. Now, what is Java web application? A web application is a software program that runs on web server and can be accessed by users through a web browser over the internet. Web application can range from simple websites to complex enterprise level systems. Web applications are typically designed using a client server architecture, where the client is used as the web browser and the server is the computer that hosts the web application. Sorry. With increasing number of usage in cloud computing and software as a service solutions, web applications are becoming more popular as a way for business to deliver software to their users. Now coming to the introduction of Spring Boot. Spring Boot is a popular open source framework for building enterprise level Java applications. It provides an easy and efficient way to create standalone production graded Spring based application. Also, Spring Boot is used to build a wide range of applications from like a simple REST APIs to the complex multi-tiered enterprise systems. It is also compatible with the range of popular tools and frameworks such as Hibernate, Spring Data, Spring Security, etc. Coming to the flow architecture of Spring Boot. First, the client sends a request to the web server through a browser or an API call. Then the controller is responsible for processing the request and producing a response and interacting with the service layer to perform the business logic. The service layer contains the application's business logic and interacts with the data access layer to retrieve or store the data in the database. The data access layer interacts with the database and performs CRUD operations to retrieve or store data. Then the response is returned to the controller and it passes the response to the view for rendering. The view then generates an HTML or other content based on the response data and returns it back to the client. Coming to the features and advantages of Spring Boot. Spring Boot provides a range of auto configuration options that can help developers get started quickly with the minimum efforts. Spring Boot includes several embedded servers like Tomcat, Jetty, which makes it easy to run and deploy applications. It includes a range of production ready features such as metrics, auditing, health checks, etc. It also provides tools and features that can help improve developer their productivity, such as like we can say hot reloading and which allows changes to be made to the code without requiring to restart the server. It is very easy to deploy applications in Spring Boot since it is the servers are embedded in itself and it is lightweight in nature. Spring Boot also help in improving the robustness and scalability of applications. Coming to the demonstration and Q&A slide, and thank you. So like demonstration I will do for the two presentation in the one. Can I do this?
No, that is not actually how it should be.
Okay, so like I will demonstrate for this here itself.
Yeah, sure.
Like this is my Spring Boot application. Like Ash will run this. Like you can see the wait a minute, so like it's already running. Okay, this I have made a simple Spring Boot web application using like I have used Spring Security in this, and also REST APIs in this. I have made a controller class first, where I have where I used REST controller to get all the mappings. Like I have used get mapping to redirect when a person redirect to /normal /admin or /public. Also for making the security feature enable in my Spring Boot application, I have used Spring Security for this. Here I have enabled like I have enabled in-memory user details, where a person is already registered in the memory as a role given to him. Like if he's an admin or a normal person, he's given a specific ID and password according to it. And here I have implemented security chain filter, where a particular get response will only occur when a specific role matches to it. Like for example, the admin get API will get called only if anyone with the person admin will call it. And similarly for the normal, a person with a normal role can only call the API. And for the public, anyone can use this API and call it. Like it, I have mentioned permit all in this. Like coming to the uh, output. Yeah. So like if I am a public user, I will just I don't need any login ID or password, because it is open to all. If I want to access the admin page, then I have to log in as an admin, like the password and the username given to me for the admin. Like I show you, here's the user detail for the admin user, where the username is admin and the password is admin for the admin role. Mhm. If I write admin as my username and password also, then only I will get to the admin page without logging in. Without, we cannot go to the admin page. Now, if I log out and try accessing it with the any other username which is not registered in the memory, like if I say admin and write some other password, it will give me a bad credential. Like it does, the password and the username does not matches with that password and the username which is saved in the memory. And same with the normal page also. Only a person who has the role as a normal can access this page, and the ID and the password was normal and normal for the normal person. Now you can see like I am able to access the normal page for this. This was basically a Spring Boot application. Here I used Spring Security, Spring Web, and Spring REST HTTP REST template to make this application. Thank you. I'm done with this presentation. Sir, can I start with my next presentation?
Yeah, please go on to next presentation.
Now, my next presentation is on implementing security in Java web application. The contents we will cover is now first we will see what is the need of security in web applications. Then for the solution part, we will come to the introduction to Spring security. After that, we will get to know about the flowchart of Spring security, how it works and what are the processes during it. And later on, we will go to the demonstration of implementation of Spring security. Coming to the need of security in web applications, security is very crucial. Security is very crucial in web applications because they involve handling of sensitive data such as personal information, financial data, and confidential business information. Web applications are vulnerable to various security threats such as hacking, phishing, SQL injection attacks, cross-site scripting, etc. Some of the reasons why security is necessary for web applications are like web applications collect and store users' personal and financial data, which is a valuable target for a hacker. Security breach can damage users' trust in the web application and discourage them from using it. Next, web applications may contain proprietary information and intellectual property such as trade secrets or business plans. Therefore, implementing security measures can help to protect such information from getting unauthorized access or theft. Coming to the introduction to security, Spring security. Spring security is a powerful and flexible security framework for Java web applications. It is built on the top of Spring framework and uses the same code principle like dependency injection, inversion of control, etc. Spring security is robust, flexible security framework that can be used to implement various security features in Java web applications. Now we will see the features of Spring security. First one, Spring security provides support for various authentication mechanisms such as username and password, two-factor authentication, single sign-in option, and it also supports external authentication processes such as OAuth and OpenID, etc. It supports role-based and permission-based authorizations. It allows developers to specify access control rules based on the user's roles or permissions. It also provides support by securing web applications using various mechanisms such as form-based authentication, HTTP basic authentication, and etc. Spring security also provides support for securing individual methods within an application, like allowing developers to specify access control rules at the method level. Moreover, Spring security can also provide support for managing user sessions, including session timeout, session fixation, and concurrent session controls, etc. Coming to the flowchart of Spring security in web applications, the flowchart is as follows. The user first attempt to access the protected resource of the web application. Then the request is intercepted by the Spring security filter chain. After this, the user authentication credentials are verified by authentication manager. And now if the user's credentials are valid, the authentication manager will create an object and will pass it to security context holder. later on, this security context holder will send the request to will check if the user is authorized to access the request resource or not. If the user is authorized and the request is then the request is processed and the appropriate response is sent back to the user. If the user is not authorized, then access denied exception will be thrown and error message can be seen to the user. Coming to the implementation of Spring Security in Java web application. Sir, shall I explain this again?
No, just run the
Okay.
demo and explain it there only.
Okay, sir. Okay. Sure. Like this is my Spring Security demonstration. Here I have used here I have used role-based security authentication. Like a specific role can only access to a specific API. Like for example, if I say there are three basic methods. The first API is for the normal people, where where a normal people are stored in the memory, and this normal people can only access to the normal get API calls. Can only call get a normal get API, and moreover, the admin can get access to the admin page only through when he puts on his credentials, and a public like there is a public page which can be accessed by anyone without without any use of credentials. If I go with the public, like you can see there is no credentials asked to call the public API or get API. And if we go for the normal, now it is asking for us to put the credentials of as a normal person which is which is registered in the memory of the code. If I try to access it with the wrong credentials, it will throw a bad request to us. For example, if I try to log in with the credentials of admin, it will throw us a wrong it will throw us an error page. And now if I try to log out and re-enter the credentials of the normal person, like the credentials are normal and normal. Normal. And now we are redirected to the normal page. And similarly for the admin page also, we have admin credentials. But first we have to first log out as the normal user and then call the API for admin page. Like if I log in here with the admin credentials, I will be redirected to the admin page, and here I can store the contents related to the admin of the application. Any questions from this presentation? Thank you. Like sir, I'm done with the presentations.
I hope you are done with all of your presentations,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now starting with your first presentation. The first presentation was project overview, correct?
Yes, sir.
It was a good content, but the thing is, it was not technically in depth. Okay, but that can be, yeah, that is okay. It was a good presentation, I would say. Okay, but improvements can be made with respect to the flow and overall your flow. And now coming to your second presentation, that was Caesar Cipher, I believe, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
Caesar Cipher was really good. I really liked that. You had a differentiation between the encryption and decryption, but the problem was you had code on both of the sides. Okay, try
Yes.
to have flowcharts to explain what is the main difference between the encryption and decryption, and it will be really apparent when you have a flowchart. Okay, it will become really easy to understand. So I would say this for the Caesar cipher. Other than that, the Caesar cipher was really well done. The demonstration was really well done. Now coming to your third presentation, what was the third presentation?
Sir, DRDO SAG.
Yeah. Okay. So now DRDO, coming to DRDO. DRDO is a topic that is really interesting because it has lot of factual information. Okay.
Yes.
You have to tell us lot of facts, and it is really hard to make a story out of it or make a pitch deck out of it.
Yes,
The
sir.
thing is, when we have something like an organization that we would like to talk about, so we can start with why SAG was formed, and then how the evaluation, how the SAG was evolved. Okay, its own evolution, and then at the end you can say what are some notable works that SAG has done, and then what was the impact of those works on the society, and how they line up with the vision and the mission of SAG.
Okay,
This
sir.
will give you a good story and a good content that you can put on, and it will make your content unique from the other people who have done the same task. Okay,
Okay.
you have to see, the thing is, when there are a lot of presentation with same topic, same content, you have to find a way to make yours unique.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, so work on that. Other than that, now coming to your building, I believe building simple Java application.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you have a building simple Java web application, as I said again, lot of people are doing this same task. They are presenting. Yours was also same as them. Then, but what was the difference between theirs and yours? See, this is Spring Boot flow architecture.
Yes, sir.
Many people didn't touch on this topic. You touched on this topic and explained it really well, really beautifully. But the problem lies in there was no proper story to that can work as a backbone for this. Now, when I say backbone, what does it mean? So when you have a story, how does a story can work? See, always understand what your content is. Now your content is building a simple Java web application.
Yes,
Not Spring Boot, not Java, but building a simple Java web application. So what is a web application? How is the how websites or a web app in general evolved? And what was the role of Java in the evolution of the web? You can start with this story. Okay,
Okay, sir.
if you go on YouTube and find a video on evolution of Java in web, you will find really great and amazing content that you can just watch it and you will be amazed how Java has helped us evolve the web. Okay, there is something called a servlets and JSP. They have really helped that with. You can put those content and then come to conclusion like how we are now, where we are right now from that evolution. It will give you a story, and this architecture, it will be really easier for you to understand if you have a proper history, like how this architecture actually evolved to be. Okay, how we actually come to this conclusion. This will give you a story. The thing is, it will make your presentation longer than usual, but that will be a really good content. Okay, it will
Okay.
make yours unique from others. Okay, and
Okay.
now coming to the demonstration. See, now let me ask you a question. Suppose you and me are working on the same project. Okay.
Yes.
Now I have worked on a feature that can print the table of any number that I print that I enter in the front page. But to get the table of any number, you have to first log in. Now you have worked on a login feature. I have worked on a table, the logic, the main logic. Now, if I would like to present, then how can I present my logic and separate it from yours?
Like, sir, we for this we can make two get APIs, like one without.
No, not. I'm not asking that. Suppose your code is there for the login and for the logic of numbers. Okay. Then I just want to explain my logic, how I can do that.
So like for that, either you should be pre-logged in the code, or I should not apply my login part in your code.
No, it is simple. I just explained my part. So in
Yes,
your
sir.
simple Java application, you should have just explained your part that is used in the simple Java application. and say that this part we will look have more deeper understanding of this part when I will come to the security of Java presentation. And then when you are in the security of Java presentation, you can say that we have already looked at this part. Now I will come to the security part. Okay, so you can separate them even if they are in the same project. You don't have to explain both of them in same demonstration. Now coming to your simple Java application, when you are saying simple Java application, how can you create a story out of simple Java? A security, implementing security in Java application. Start with history of how evaluation of security worked. Why this framework is important for the security. What are the possible attacks that we are vulnerable against, and how this framework is actually helping us fight those vulnerabilities, how it is actually able to patch those vulnerabilities. Okay, it will give you a good content and good explanation that you can work. See, this flowchart was really well done. Okay, but again, it lacked a proper backbone story.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
So work on that part, because the content is, you have a really good content. Okay, not many people have this in-depth and great explanation on this content. So work on your story part, then it will become really good.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Sajal. Then I hope it is already actually 9:20. Then we have to stop here for the day. We are already past the time limit. So all the people who are left, you can join tomorrow at 7 to 9. We will have 2 sessions. If your presentation is not done by tomorrow also, okay, then we have to see if we can have some extra session, but that will not be possible for tomorrow, because tomorrow I have exam in my college, so I will be unable to join. But we will see if it is possible. Else you have to join tomorrow 7 to 9. Try to give your presentation in either of the parallel session that will be going on between 7 to 9. Okay. Okay, so thank you for joining today, and thank you for all the presentation. We will stop here for the day and continue tomorrow at 7 to 9. Okay. Sahil, do you have any question? Yeah, you can also give it tomorrow. Yeah, you can give your presentation tomorrow, not an issue. Okay.
Sir, I have messaged you yesterday that I will not be able to give in the 7 to 9 time. So yeah, I asked you about that.
See, we have to see what can be done. Okay, but let's see if that can be done in 7 to 9 p.m. Okay. Other than that, we can schedule you for the 9 p.m. We can have, after everyone's presentation is done, we can have your presentation. Okay, because
Sir,
you have
yeah,
received from the technical chat, right? That you can give after 9.
I didn't ask this time because I asked you, should I ask the technical support too? You said just ask me, it will be fine. Okay.
You have already asked once, right?
Yeah, last time I asked it, then
Yeah,
they said
no
yes, you
issue.
can give.
Then we will have it, because they will all again tell you to come ask me. Okay.
Yes, sir. My problem will only consist for tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Then Sunday,
No
I guess
issues.
that
No
is
issues.
Eid. So
No
after that, I'm
issues.
free.
You can have your presentation after 9 to 9:15. You have 15 minutes. Make your presentation according to that.
Okay, sir. So tomorrow, right? Tomorrow it's not possible, right? So day after tomorrow, I guess.
Tomorrow there it will be possible. Tomorrow we will have 2 parallel sessions. One will be conducted by Saurabh, one will be conducted by Akash. Okay.
So I can give it to them.
Yeah, I will talk to them. You can join their meeting at night. You can give it to them. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Then we have one more query from Mahavir. Yeah,
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have only one presentation left, which is my latest one topic, which I have done.
We can give it tomorrow. No issues.
Okay, sir. But in the mail, it was instructed by the Devansh sir ki, the today is the last date for the presentation. Is there any due?
See, not due. The thing is, you should have thought about this, really early. When you completed your presentation, you should have clicked on schedule presentation. There were a lot of
Yes,
people who have done the task sincerely. They waited in the meeting for 1 week. Okay, there was one
Yes, sir.
intern, Kamara Rakshita. She waited in the presentation for 9 consecutive days. She joined every day. Then she got her chance. She gave the presentation. Okay, so if you are late, that is not our fault. Simple as that. Okay, and I had meeting on Monday, 3 session, on Tuesday 2 session, yesterday 2 session. Tomorrow we have 2 parallel session. If you are not able to give presentation during those sessions, that we don't know about that. Okay.
Sir, because I have a placement drive parallelly, so the day was full.
See, you are currently in this internship. Okay. What
Yes,
does
sir.
it mean? This is not a coaching class. Okay. This is an internship. You are currently working here. You have your priorities, work according to that. Okay. We are not actually telling you to just stay here. It is up to you. Yeah, Raji, you can join any of the panel session and do the presentation. And then line Asia, I believe. So even I have multiple presentations. Yeah, you can give a presentation tomorrow. Join any of the running session. The link will be same. There will be one session this and the link that I provided earlier in the chat. You can join any of the link, or if you have scheduled presentation email, there will be 2 links. You can join any of them. You can give a presentation. Okay, no issues. Okay, then thank you for joining all. We will end here for the day.